about you, but whenever I look at this car, this is all I see. Alright, welcome back to Lube Quest. Today, we're working on the Honda Prelude, getting rid of the pitiful, ugly, dented window trim. So that piece is no longer available through Honda, but I did read a little bit on the forums and I found that somebody says Integras will fit. So let's take a look and see if it'll fit today. So I will be replacing the door trim with this factory OE piece, which I'll give you the part number right here. This is actually for a Integra DC1, DC2, so that part number will pull up for Integras, but it is pretty much identical dimensions to the 4th gen Prelude. So according to the factory service manual, we want to be removing this right here. So in order to remove the molding, Honda says you need to get rid of the door panel, the little triangle piece of plastic behind your mirror, remove the door mirror, and pull the glass from the door. So I'm not gonna be removing the glass. I'm pretty sure the only reason that you remove the glass is to save the clips that come on the molding, because the clips are very difficult to get, which you can see in here, in here, in here. I'm probably gonna break some of those getting them out, but I don't care because the new Integra piece has replacement clips on it. So if you've never removed your door panel, you want to remove this screw right here first and be very careful not to break your little cover here, because most people break that. Your second screw is going to be in your door handle here. That's the second screw. Your third screw is going to be right here. And then you're going to have a fourth screw that's going to be right here. So just to provide a little more clarity, screw number 1 is going to be right here. Screw number 2 is going to be in here. Screw number 3 is going to be right here. And then screw number 4 is going to be right there. Once you get all 4 screws, then you can lift up gently while pulling your clips loose from your carpeted trim at the bottom. You can either pry those with your fingers or use a trim tool to do that. So once you get your door panel off, then you get your mirror off. What I'm doing is I'm taking a trim tool and I'm lightly prying. Try to do this with one hand holding the phone. I'm putting a rag under here and I'm slowly bumping this with my other free hand and bumping it up, raising it up slightly. So what it's doing is it's breaking the clips, but you don't want to damage your paint. So I'm going to bump it slowly across until I can get the old piece of trim removed. So we got the old piece off, and this end is identical. This is towards the back of the car. And you can see dimensionally, it is pretty much identical when it comes to length. And if we look at the back, they are identical towards the back of the car. But over here, you've got the old Prelude piece, you've got the Integra, so it looks like we're gonna have to notch the Integra piece right here and just cut this out right here so it sits flush right behind the mirror. So here is the factory piece, and you can see where it's notched is basically where it ends, right here. So the notch should line up, if I can do this right, with this part right here, where you can actually see the door frame starts to bend this way. Right here is where that notch comes to. So we're going to notch the Integra piece the same width so that it stops right here as well. Okay, so now that it's slid over, we're going to cut the Integra trim right here. We're going to get a Dremel with a metal blade on it. We're gonna cut it here and cut it right through here just to get rid of this metal right here. All right, so I got my buddy Evan to be my cameraman. So we're gonna be cutting the Integra molding using our Dremel. And I like to use the Easy Lock, whatever you wanna call it, that basically is spring loaded and you can replace your blades at will. But one thing that you don't wanna do with this is use it with no safety glasses, because these will disintegrate at 10,000 RPMs. You don't want that to happen. So after a quick 30 seconds with the Dremel, you can see that we notched out this piece here, which now makes the Prelude and the Integra pieces match. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna set this up to the door. We're gonna align these clips, because there are, Evan, get a picture of this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots for these clips to go into. So right now I'm just gonna simply hold the molding up and line the clips up. All right, so once I get all 6 of them lined up, I'm just gonna try pushing it down and seeing if they will lock into place. That one looks like it locks in. So all of them locked into place. You can see they are clipped in right here, all the way to this side. So the factory clips are not shaped exactly the same as the Prelude clips. Let me get in focus here. So they're not shaped exactly the same, but they are the same depth, so they do go in there. So let's take a look at the Integra molding from the outside. Is literally a perfect fit and no more dent. That's all that matters. And I would go ahead and get the door panel and everything back together, but I will go ahead and get some speakers since I've got the door panel off. These foam surrounds are pretty rotted. These are the original speakers. So can't get OE, so I'll just go ahead and get some cheap replacements. So here we are with the windows rolled up, and you can see that is a perfect OE replacement if you just notch that small piece right out of it. So I'm happy with it. So I'll go ahead and get everything put back together after I get some speakers put in here. So get my mirror put on, get some speakers put in, get the door panel put back on. So there's the door panel waiting. There's my cameraman who's done got bored. But appreciate y'all watching. So hopefully that helps you. And I will post right now, I will show some links to eBay where I found singles. The cheapest I found a single and the cheapest I found a pair. So I'll go ahead and post those up right now for you to see. All right, so here is the driver's side trim for $78.50 plus 10 shipping. And here is a pair that you can get on eBay for $137.47 with free shipping.